Hot Springs Village Inside Out is a closer look at the greatness of Hot Springs Village, Arkansas and the surrounding areas. People, places, experiences. Hot Springs Village is one of the most beautiful places on earth. Join me, Randy Cantrell, and my co-host Dennis Simpson as we engage in weekly conversations to explore Hot Springs Village Inside Out. Today's show is brought to you by Central Arkansas's favorite radio station, KVRE. Find them on the dial at 92.9 FM. Stream them live at kvre.com. RE/MAX of Hot Springs Village. The award-winning RE/MAX of Hot Springs Village is the largest real estate office inside the village with over 30 full-time agents and support staff. Visit them to learn more about this beautiful place to solve your real estate needs. Call them today at 1-800-364-9007. Find them online at explorehsv.com. They are RE/MAX of Hot Springs Village at 1-800-364-9007 or online at explorehsv.com. Ike Eisenhower State Farm. Ike and his award-winning team have been serving the insurance needs of folks all around Hot Springs Village since 1998. Ike has qualified for State Farm's President's Club, Chairman's Circle, and Hot Springs Village Insurance Agent of the Year. Call Ike Eisenhower State Farm today at 501-984-4100. That's 501-984-4100. Find them online at ikeeisenhower.net. Call them today for all your insurance needs because, like a good neighbor, Ike Eisenhower State Farm is there. When you first visited Hot Springs Village, did you have any idea that you might one day live here? If indeed you do live here. And if you haven't visited yet, what are you waiting on? Yeah, okay. Wait until this ice thaws. It's getting there. It's getting there. I'm recording this on Saturday, January the 20th. Yeah, January the 20th. We still have below freezing temperatures, and we've had this ice and snow that has kind of pelted even the deep south. So a lot of folks are complaining, whining. We're locked in. We can't get out. I rather love it. As an introvert, I'm rather enjoying it. And I'm by myself because the extrovert on the show, Dennis Simpson, he and his lovely wife, they went on vacation. Good for them. Perfect timing. Problem. Once the ship, they went on a cruise. And once the ship ported and they got back, okay, well, weather has kind of prohibited them from returning home. So I wanted to update you on a few things, but begin with that question because we encounter people all the time who have come to the village from places like Detroit and Chicago and Indianapolis and Dallas-Fort Worth. It's a common one. Houston, Texas, another common one. Austin, all parts of Texas, really, really common. And that was the case for me as an Okie who was transplanted into Texas for the last 3+ decades. In 2018, we were looking for a place to get away and just get out among big trees and see different topography. The Ozarks had been a long time a favorite place, but it's an 8-hour drive from Dallas-Fort Worth, and I didn't want to drive 8 hours. So I'm looking for a place under 6 hours. Enter Hot Springs Village. I'd never heard of this place. I had heard of Hot Springs, and I had been through Hot Springs, but I'm not a tourist trap kind of a guy. So that didn't hold any allure for me. But this place seemed, I don't know, I had questions. I had a lot of questions before we even got in the car and headed this way. And, of course, after the first visit, I had way more questions. And after the second, third, fourth visit, I had even more questions. And I still do, and that's what sparked the podcast, hotspringsvillageinsideout.com. And if you're not in the Facebook group, you should be. You can see some of Dennis's photography from his cruising and various and other sundry things. It's a really good group over there and growing and burgeoning And we appreciate everybody. As you hear my ring notification go off, you know what this may mean. You know what this may mean. Let's check this and see. Because everybody's been complaining. Trash. When are we going to get our trash picked up? I thought it might be the trash truck. We were told if your trash is picked up on a Monday or Tuesday, if I've got that right, put your trash out today on Saturday, the 20th, by 9 o'clock. I don't know that they're going to get to it. Yeah, I'm not complaining. Got food, got electricity, got internet, got football later today, NFL playoff football. Life's good. Life's good. Now, for those of you that are not wired like me, for those of you that might be wired more like Dennis and this big extrovert, I understand, as well as a guy like me can understand, that you could be a little bit antsy and frustrated. See, my wife and I, we could hole up like this for a long, long time, and we would be perfectly good. So I'm sympathetic if you're wired differently than us, but I digress. So we come here in 2018, got no idea that we'll end up one day living here, got no idea that one day we'll even be interested in living here. It was a great place to come visit. I had a ton of questions. I had no idea what I was looking at, had no idea the scope and scale of this place. And it would be some years later, probably 2 or 3, before I would even have some semblance of what this place looked like. So I'm speaking now mostly to those of you that have not been to Hot Springs Village, or those of you that haven't been here much, and you still don't have really any clue about how big the place is. You got a lot of questions about the place. This podcast hopes to help answer some of those questions. And when Dennis returns and we can kind of get back in the saddle again, we're going to be addressing an awful lot of these things that will help you figure out, is this a place you even want to come and visit? And if you do come visit, I will warn you. If you come and visit, if this is your kind of a place, just be prepared to be shocked if sooner than later you don't find yourself looking for a place to live, because it's pretty terrific. It's pretty terrific. And I would say most of us here absolutely are in love with it. Upcoming in the podcast, you're going to see a lot more video. Dennis and I have been working feverishly behind the scenes to construct and figure out a workflow so that we can capture more stories on video. Now, the podcast has always been on video. It's always been on YouTube, and that's going to remain the same. But they've just been like this. They've just been kind of what's called talking head video. And we're going to incorporate a lot more footage of the beauty inside the village. We just haven't really had the wherewithal. We've had the technology because we've had the phone, and come on. Our phones do really. I've got an iPhone. Dennis has got a really nice Samsung phone. Our phones, they do a terrific job. Dennis and I we're audio guys. And so for us to kind of get up to speed so that we can launch and do something that will be beneficial for you and show you the beauty of the village. And this was sparked about 18 months ago because we continually hear from folks, some who've never even been to the state of Arkansas, and many who've never stepped foot inside Hot Springs Village. And we want to be able to show you what we're talking about. I mean, it's one thing to describe it in words, but it's easier just to show you. And so we're going to incorporate a lot of that, Lord willing, moving forward into the shows in the future. If you have stories that you know of, or if you have a story that you are interested in sharing with us, not making any promises, but if it's compelling enough and you can pique our interest, no, we don't take bribes. None of this is for sale. Yes, we have sponsors, and you guys be nice to our sponsors. The sponsors help Dennis and I get this done. This is hardly a money grab on our part, but we cannot thank enough KVRE, our media sponsor, We do have a weekly show every Saturday, every Sunday at 10 a.m. on KVRE. You can find them over at kvre.com. Clara Nicolosi and Remax and Ike Eisenhower State Farm. I mean, these are folks who help us make this happen. There are some costs associated with this. It's not free. The resources that we need to do this, they're not free. Our time is free. We pretty much give our time, and that's largely what this is. This is a labor of love. It's an endeavor with a lot of elbow grease. But Dennis and I both are very passionate about Hot Springs Village Inside Out because we are passionate about Hot Springs Village. And if that were not the case, we wouldn't be here. And frankly, if that weren't the case, you wouldn't be here either. So we're glad that you're here. We're glad that you're part of it. We encourage you to join the Facebook group, and we hope that you'll find this year, 2024, we intend on making this our best year ever. We want to keep upping our game, and so we hope that by incorporating more and more video into the show, we'll be able to just show things off a little better. We're going to be introducing kind of a mailbag segment. We've got some exciting things planned so that we can make the show just always better. And the limitation, you and I both know what the limitation is. The limitation is talent. Dennis and I are the limitation. Hot Springs Village is not the limitation. Your hosts on the podcast, we are the limitation, but we appreciate you indulging us and taking this ride along with us. If you've got questions, there's a contact page over at the website, hotspringsvillageinsideout.com. In short, HSV, insideout.com. I think our email addresses are probably over there, all kinds of ways that you can reach out to us, and I would encourage you to do that. We appreciate your comments, and smash the like button and all that the famed YouTubers say. Till next time, Randy Cantrell for the Vacationing Dennis Simpson. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching and listening to Hot Springs Village Inside Out, a weekly podcast starring Hot Springs Village, Arkansas. Visit the website at hotspringsvillageinsideout.com.